True metamorphosis and alchemy is occurring. The pain, it's at a 10. But we're still here. Something's happening right now that has never happened before. And it gets quite intense over the past few days. As I shared earlier, and seeing what a lot of people are also sharing, collectively, we're all feeling this deep pain. And the symptoms that we have, the recalibration of the nervous system is occurring. And the realization of what is truthfully important in life. Some people, all of us actually, we're observing the external world, knowing that this is not us. And you're saying to yourself, I refuse to participate in this fake reality. And love is guiding us as we go through this pain. And it is intense as I'm reading the chat right now. It's a very deep discussion today. And there are people in this world that have, through their free will, decided to take this ascension journey. You deliberately made the decision to align your intentions for life, to focus on your dreams, your dream life. If that is resonating with you, you're on the correct podcast today. It's great to see everyone. Very grateful if you could click the like button. It allows others to find this chat, because a lot of people, they're going to need to hear this word. And I'm going to share my story, my experience over the past few days. It is getting quite intense. And, you know, God gives me, that's why you have to pay attention to your surroundings. God gives me scenarios, things that, you know, come up into my path. And even, you know, for something like this, it's difficult to even see, because the emotions are so high right now. You might be a man, you were never able to maybe express your authentic love in this world. And it's getting quite intense with the energies as you as your frequency is rising at this time. And this reality has to be a match to your internal frequency. So through this dissonance, you're feeling the emotions. And one thing that I could suggest that is going to lead the way for today's live stream, you have to really walk barefoot. You know, I'll walk hours late every day. Just walk, pound the ground, as I say. And that's going to segue me into the story, because the other day, and you know, it's the emotions are like absolutely crazy. But I was doing my evening walk, as I always have been doing it a little bit longer because it's so intense. And this is where it also gets very difficult, which some people that didn't, you know, deliberately make this conscious decision to ascend, you might not feel this. But it's very difficult when you're having I call it tired and wired. You're absolutely exhausted, but if you sit still, you feel like your heart is going to explode, okay? You could hit the like, hit the target. That's exactly how you feel. You're tired. It's called tired and wired is the feeling that I like to share. It's your nervous system reset, like electric bolts going through you. People that aren't on this journey, they're not going to understand you. I'm going to share a story today. I'm sure Captain Literal Man will not understand me, but this is what it is. So the other day I was walking the beach, walking the front line, as I always do, in like the wet area, and I see something flopping on the ground. And as I walked, and I'll tell the story. I just want to show it first. I made the decision that I wanted to save this butterfly. okay? And I set something up. I researched, and I took them home, and I said, they say that you could, allow it to, they don't live very long anyway, but that, you could set up something with fruit and water and, try to keep it alive. And it's a rough time period. It's a rough time period. So I saw it on the floor. Hi, I'm Michael. I rescue kittens and butterflies. So I saw that flopping on the floor, and now it was called, which is part of the story today. It's going to get very deep today, so don't go anywhere. Once again, having a moment, just like the moment that I had with the kitten, I don't think it's a coincidence that all these things, these are things that are happening in my life. If you didn't see my video, on unconditional love and my story, Saving the Kitten, I suggest you check it out. To go through these things, to feel the intensity that we're at right now. There's a lot of, sadness. A lot of things are happening. Now, we're in this bottleneck of this ascension. This is a truthful ascension where alchemy and metamorphosis is happening. When I see the butterfly, we understand the metamorphosis that is going on. And we are at this point in our lives, we are not going to participate with a fake life anymore that doesn't include love, quality relationships, abundance, all right? And you're saying no more, and you kind of get to this place. You could get to a place where you do feel extreme symptoms. You could have strain on your finances. You could have all the pressure in the world. And that is how the diamond is formed. That is what we're all feeling at this time. Okay, so as I see the people, there's a lot of crying that's going on, Ghost, as I'm reading the chat. So know that your emotions are valid. If you're on this podcast today, know that your emotions are valid. I don't get a get out of jail free card. Okay, a lot of people will never understand the pain that I walk with on a daily basis, and I still show up in the world. And I hope I can inspire you to do the same, because there is no finish line. We must go through it. It's a very powerful video I have on this channel. The only way out is through. Okay, you should watch that video if you haven't, because there's no other way. No one gets a get out of jail free card, including myself. And as I sit here in the pain, the disrespect, everything that I've been through this past year, you might be getting this message and you've experienced pain because it's the heart pain. It's this lack of love that's in the world, and you're feeling it. And it's coming to the surface right now. And it can't be stopped. Nobody gets away with it at this time. Right? And that's why more and more people are sharing this and feeling this. Ascension symptoms, you might feel the exhaustion. I don't know when the last time I've slept so much. I just kept sleeping throughout the day. So this is where I shared earlier the tired and wired feeling. You're exhausted. I woke up early again. Okay, then I fell asleep in the sun on the beach. Then I fell asleep again after eating. Then I fell asleep early on the couch prior to me actually getting ready. And then I fell asleep for the whole night. And it's just, so maybe you're feeling exhaustion. And it's actually depression. What is the body recalling? Deep rest. Because the soul is tired of this fake life. If you are absolutely sick and tired of the fake life that you're experiencing, the life where, it feels like it's a loveless world, okay? Click the like button, okay? So that's why, and you have to understand emotions And if you're a man, a lot of men don't talk about this. You know, I share with a lot of my friends in the gym, and a lot of people understand this at this time. You have to understand emotions. Emotions guide us to our highest calling. I recently did that short video. It's a very simple thing. It is one of the most powerful things you could understand, because people are in denial of their emotions. That's why they run away from love instead of towards their love. That's why they run away from their dreams instead of towards their dreams. And this is where in the subconscious, things are changing at a subconscious level. That's why you say, this doesn't make sense, what's going on? This is actually the quantum level. On this channel earlier, I have a world famous video entitled Quantum Chaos. Oh, it's quantum chaos, baby. Yeah, you should check it out if you haven't. Great Balls of Fire writes, don't run away from your dreams. Absolutely. And only you're going to know, and other people will try to live your life. That's why the energy's rising right now. Worthiness, these are all things that I have shared over the years, especially this year. What is this year? It is the end of your old life. And the previous version of yourself is a frequency. It is fighting to exist. You have no enemies in this world. Once you realize this, it's all part of that previous frequency trying to keep you, quote unquote, safe. We go very deep on this channel if you're new. You have to move forward with the full armor of God, the seal on the forehead. Okay? These are not just, spiritual terms. They are real things, because this whole world, you can't turn back. You must move forward. Beat the drum, pound the ground. I was pounding the ground. Every night I pound the ground, barefoot. And your spine might be unbelievably tight. You're cracking all over as well, probably. Okay. So you could also feel the exhaustion, feeling nauseous, like spells of nausea throughout the day. This is all your frequency shifting at this time. And then you could have the nervous shaking. So these are things that are coming up. And the anger to not be able to express love, and you feel this. It's like thousands of needles in the body. It's your nervous system resetting, because this outer world it is not a match for your internal frequency. Through the laws of the universe, this outer world must match the internal frequency. I am love. I am the embodiment of love. And then you're looking around, and it's a dissonance. So you're feeling the dissonance in the frequency. So when you sit there and you're having the tired and wired, this is why this gets difficult. This is why maybe people that are not, this is a free will decision that you wanted to ascend. Some people, they are asleep at the wheel. If you didn't watch my world famous video on Are You an NPC? And ask and answer those questions that I gave you. This is a conscious decision. I want to do better for my life. I don't want to follow societal norms. All the wash, rinse, repeat. Some people say, wow, Mike, you're like a prophet. How do you know these things? Because I study humans, I study subconscious programs, and it always repeats. And then you might be on this and you resonate with terms like light worker or chosen one, whatever the terms are, they're just terms, okay? And you are here to break societal norms, the subconscious loop. And it requires so much energy to do. It's not easy to do. That's why there's pain. Clubber Lang was right. What's your prediction? Pain. How many people are feeling pain right now? And that's the universe. That's God putting the pressure on. This is the alchemy. Everything could be shut off. Love could be shut off. You could have financial stresses in your life. Everything. The foot is down. And it's the questions to say, are you going to keep going no matter what? It is the previous frequency, and we're doing this as a collective right now. And this really was the catalyst moment, was that very powerful eclipse that we went through. So if you're listening to this and you say, you know what, in the past week, it's been out of control, and your tolerance level, but this is a good thing because eventually everything has to match it. You're not tolerating fake people, work that doesn't resonate with your soul. It's a whole universal shift. And some people have to make this change inside because some people are trying to protect themselves from love. When you try to protect yourself from love, you shut off yourself. You shut it off from life. And this is a thing that goes on in the world. When you try to protect yourself from love, you shut yourself off from life. Avoiding people, running away. You're shutting yourself. There's, just in this past week, I saved the kitten. I try to save this here butterfly. But now I have two experiences. This is all I have to share right now, there's no coincidences that this is coming. But because I stopped, I could have kept going in the car. I could have kept pounding I said, I got to keep doing the walk, but I decided to stop for the butterfly flopping on the floor. And I said, I want to have this experience. Sometimes in this world, okay, and this is how we're authentically supposed to meet people, through a frequency. And then you meet a person. And it could be a reason, season, or lifetime, but people, they're trying to, you can't protect yourself. You just make yourself more miserable over the course of life. With you're actually here to experience life, not to live life in bubble wrap. I'm only here today because I took risks, and I'm grateful, and I changed this is what I need to do. The matrix programming life. You are not a collection of subconscious programs. You're a soul. Full of love. These are the true superpowers. Alexandria 825, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm very grateful for the support. How to decipher diabetic neutropathy from cell recalibration? God bless you. Well, cell recalibration, and I appreciate you, Alexandria. First thing you have to do in life, you have to get your spiritual senses. There's a process to like people ask me, how do you know these things? How do you know all about people? How do you feel people's frequencies? How do you know the ins and outs of your body? And I was doing these things years ago before I was, spiritually conscious and aware, and I was knowing the ins and outs. Okay, but you have to do you got to get your clairs up because people are disconnected. Fasting, detoxification is a great part of my journey. I have full video, how to reset your body to optimal health. You should watch that video if you never did it. And once you get your clairs up, then you start knowing certain things. And then you could start knowing the deeper feeling to the emotions. What are emotions? Energy in motion. And the energy in motion in the body is at a 10. So there's many people right now that are feeling emotions at a 10. There's many people right now feeling pain at a 10. Depression at a 10. And that's your soul saying, I'm not having it anymore. I'm not having it anymore. It's a very powerful shift. And when you shift, there's a shift that happens. And then in this outer world, you will have that void. This has been this year. You know, recently I shared again, and these are the terms, okay, which like some people, they didn't really maybe understand what it meant, but this rapture wave, it started to trend. I did a video on it because people are watching weird glitches, people glitching out, disappearing, right? Are you watching? We also had this in 2023. And if you're new to the channel, I have a full video on the Schumann resonance. Do you know about the Schumann resonance? The frequency of the world. And from that moment, it was a big shift. This one has been much longer this year. It's a different energy. It's a very different thing. You are integrating all of your life lessons and what you went through in the past, and that was a different season. This is a different season. And it comes from a different place when there's true love right in front of your face and you have it pulled from you. Versus the feeling of fake things, fake attacks. They're actually not, they're just training you. It's a totally different feeling when it's right in front of your face and it's stripped from you. That's this year. And you sit with it. And you feel the alchemy, and you feel this inside of your body. These are the changes. This is ascension. Ascension symptoms are not a joke. I tried to make a joke about it years ago to lighten the load. I said, oh, you ain't dying. Now, you know, sometimes I look back at these things because I go through these things myself, and it's really not a joke. The pain. There's two pains in life, though. There's two pains in life. There's the pain of discipline and there's the pain of regret. So on my journey, it's a top video. Regret is worse than failure. I have no regrets. But people that self-sabotage, they run from love, that's a lifelong, that's regret. That's a different pain. The pain of regret is worse than the pain of discipline. Okay, please put a like on this video if that resonates. There's always going to be pain on this life journey, but you choose which one. And one of them is for a season and the other one is for a lifetime. Are you following this? And some people will think, but they'll never know, especially if you are the leader. You have to lead yourself. You have to know what's inside. And you're going to see this at this time because a lot of, you know, distractions will pop up from your authentic journey. How do you know? As I shared earlier, you're going to have to go through your clairs. You have to trust your spiritual senses. And then you're going to put the boundaries. These are all things that I talk about on the channel. Everyone's emotions are high. And you've seen it. One of the greatest things that you could do is, not pay attention to the negativity that's out on the TV. And that's, I'm here every day, 9 a.m. Eastern. You could click the subscribe button. If you hear me on YouTube Music app, hi, this is the Our Everyday Lives podcast today. You could subscribe over there as well. And listen and watch. And what are you paying attention to when these energies are high? Are you paying attention to Our Everyday Lives? Are you paying attention to negativity on the TV? These are free will choices. To pay attention to drama is a free will choice. And in your body, you're going to say, you know what? I need to have love in my life. I don't need to have drama. About your journey. People. If the person is energizing you, that's the answer. If the person is anxious, makes you feel drained, that's the answer. It's always the answer. What's the answer, Uncle Mike? Your body is the tuning fork to telling you the truth. That's why I never flinch, bro. That's why I never flinch, right? body, tuning fork, to telling you the truth. Book it. That's how I know. Okay? So when this anxiety is so high, I'm so grateful for everyone that just came on. Please put a like on this video. This is a very powerful message today. I like to share about my butterfly story because I feel a lot of people will learn something very deep from the butterfly story today. There needs to be constant movement. And through this lesson, you see how all these things kind of connect. Through constant movement, you're grounding yourself. And I do this. If you feel this pain, your bodily changes, I know you could feel tired, but you might be called for the constant movement. And I move throughout the day. I can't sit still. That might resonate. So lately, especially in the evening, I will do like a walk for 40 minutes, sometimes up to an hour. And I'm walking barefoot, and I walk the front line of the beach and grounding and getting the salt of the earth, the salt water, the sunlight. Evening sun is great. I love the evening sun. Cliff, thank you very much for the super chat. I'm very grateful for the support. And so I'm walking the other day, and I see in my I'm doing my little walk. I shared a little bit about it, and I'm walking barefoot, and I twist my body a certain way. So I'm activating my core. I'm activating the whole body. And it's actually more of a natural movement, and you have to get your energy channels open. Okay, so I'm walking, I'm pounding, I'm full speed ahead, and then I see on the floor, and I say there's something flapping on the floor, something moving on the floor there, and I'm getting close, and it's a butterfly, and I'm walking in the very just where the ocean comes in, and I don't know why it was there. Did it land? Did the one wave hit it? I just see it flapping on the floor. So I stop, and then I pick it up, and because then another wave would have came and just took the butterfly out. I have it in my hand, and I filmed a little video, and I took a picture, and I'll share that on our Facebook. Hit me up on Facebook. We're growing like never before on Facebook, and because this is a whole story now. And so I have it in my hand, and then I put it back. I said maybe I put it away from the water, and I continued my walk, and then I walked all the way back, and I see it's still on the floor, and I said it's still there. So I pick it up, and I hold it in my hand, and it just was like kind of staying in my hand, and I continued the walk, and I sat down at the end, and now I used the Google. I say, can you save a butterfly? And reading up on it, and what it says, and it says that if you have fruit and water, you could kind of have it carry out its existence. They don't live that long anyway. They only live like maybe about 2 months. So I don't know how late in life it was, but I said I just want to have the experience. I want to have the chance. So I take the butterfly, take it in the car. I said we're going home. So now I'm talking to the butterfly. This is what I do. Okay, I know. So but there was again something that I needed to take from this, and I'm already emotional. I'm still emotional about my kitten. That's another story if you didn't see it. So I bring it in, and so I put it in the bowl, and I put 2 wild blueberries in it and squished them and put a little water, and I have it in the bowl, and I just every once in a while I see the wings move, and I see it move around, and I just keep talking. I say you're going to be okay, and I go about my work, and it's the evening, and So I have it in the bowl, and I shut the lights off, and I have a salt lamp in the dim light, and I drink water throughout the night. I'm setting up the next day's live stream, and every time I would walk by it, and I just see the wings go like that, and I said, you're gonna be all right. It's great. For whatever the reason was, I need to talk to it. Moment in time that I needed to I don't know. And I thought, like, maybe it'll be alive in the morning. I said, you're gonna be all right. And I, shut the light off, went to bed, and it didn't make it. For whatever the reason was, I needed to have that experience to watch it. I don't know why. Sometimes we do things we don't know why. What does it activate in us? Why do we do these things? But it's just been a very rough week to have everything rise up, but to have a sentient being and, just watch it in the dim light. I don't know what memory it triggers. I don't know what it is, but, some of us, we have these experiences, and, I woke up and I didn't make it. But that little time period in the evening to watch it, and still alive, and trying to talk to it, and whatever it means, whatever it brought. We glitched the live stream. The live stream is frozen. I'll pull you up on another device. Hit 555 if you're still there. But this is, maybe it's a powerful message. These things happen. And again, it's one thing after another. And, to experience, the experience I had, with the kitten in the road, and it was more or less like, I don't know, like to experience the moments of the evening, with the butterfly at this time. I think it's waking up now. I never seen it do that. I was about to pull you up on another device. I don't know who knows what's real anymore. Maybe we just shifted timelines. I have no idea. Okay. You could hit the butterflies in the chat if you hear me. If you're new to me, we glitched the live stream a lot. It's wild. Usually after it freezes, it doesn't move, but yeah. It just I see, woke up, it went towards these blueberries, and it's dried out and lifeless. And it's difficult. So a lot of these emotions that are coming up, this is the metamorphosis. So overall, the lesson is the metamorphosis that is happening in our lives. And what do we want to experience? And your soul is telling you, and a lot of people will never understand maybe what you're going through. Maybe we got to hit the 777s. Yeah, there's a lot of energy, and that's why when you see electronics, like you might be going through this now. I see it. I even see things with. This ain't my first rodeo on YouTube. I do work in YouTube studio, and none of the numbers make sense. Maybe you see this in your apps. I see other apps glitching too, but none of the numbers make sense. Nothing makes sense. This is the quantum. So there's all this energy that's shook up. But yeah, the other night, just to have that, and even reflecting on my life, there's a guy that has so much love in his heart and was never really able to express it. And you might be like me, and this has been a rough journey, especially in the past few years. And you would like to have that with someone. So it's and all of our journeys are different. A lot of us go through the isolation so that we could learn. I would not be here today, if I didn't go through isolation. So we all have our roles. Once again, I've seen the numbers glitch again. Everything is glitching. Life itself is glitching. Okay. Hopefully, Cristal. Hopefully, we'll be popping a bottle of Cristal. I love you, Cristal. But you know what? Like you have, if you have a dream in life, I have a dream. I get my marching orders from God, and I march them out. And I don't let external voices get in my head. In life, a lot of people, they don't know what the heck they're talking about. This is just the truth. A lot of what I share on this channel is truth. Some people don't, everyone said, I've seen this over the years. Everyone wants the divine masculine. A lot of the modern women in the world, they want the divine masculine in their life, but they don't want to be redirected by a godly man. And that's cool, But this is where we are, okay? So this is the truthful, and when we're out of alignment, we're pushing things away. In the world of social media or stuff that's put in that brain. I appreciate you, Mike K. Appreciate you. Share the channel, Mike K. I appreciate that. Yeah, it hasn't been an easy job, an easy journey for me. But at least you know thyself. I know thyself. I know what love feels like. I know what a connection feels like. And yeah, we all need to get together and focus the energy. And that's the problem with the world, because it's all in the ego. And that's the separation. And a lot of us are feeling that. And it's difficult when this is the embodiment of who you are. And you have to know these things. You have to feel these things, okay? Especially even if it comes to a relationship. You don't get in a relationship, or you don't get a girlfriend just to have one. It has to speak to your soul. That's the difference. Which a lot of people, they're all following the matrix. Okay, if you're new to the channel, click subscribe. Are you living a life, a conscious reality? Are you deliberately aligning your intentions to focus on your dreams? Are you? It's a deliberate, not just I got to get in this. I got to follow the algorithm. It's about your soul. How about God's algorithm? How about that? And really in the past week, I just, you see the animals, the insects, and there's just something that comes over you. So also in life, when it comes to, actual people, right? Actual love, that's what we're actually here to do. People run away from it. You cannot protect yourself from love. If you try to protect yourself from love, you are shutting off life. It's real simple. And there were loves, there were passions that got me. I manifested. Watch my manifestation playlist, because I followed the heart. I went through these very scary things. But if I was still doing the same thing over and over again, it is scary. Or it might be like, I need to stop, what I'm normally doing, and go in the road and save the kitten. I was like the Lion King. I jumped right on that kitten, stopped the traffic. So, but the butterfly, and again, these are, I have no problem doing this, because I'm here to do the work that needs to be done. And this is the time period of emotions. Okay. Anyone that resonates with this today, please put a like on this video, share this across the world today, because when you're feeling the pain, you're feeling the sorrow, and there might be nowhere for you to express it. And so that's where that Heinrich Metamorphosis, a top video on the channel. What's Ascension like? It's Heinrich Metamorphosis. You're turning into that butterfly. So, to have the experience with it's just a sign that this metamorphosis is happening. I'm reading the chat. A lot of people, Interstellar, right? A lot of people writing that they're feeling the pain at this time. So it's really important that you know that your emotions are valid. Know that there are great things ahead of us, and know, all right, that these were lessons that you had to integrate into the body to make you stronger and change. Because for a period of time, you had a frequency, and the world that you are experiencing is actually on a delay. I've shared this phrase before: start today because it's on a delay. So that could be the result of a frequency that you were putting out previously, and now you're in a different place in your life, and now, and then you have experiences, and certain things are like tough pills to swallow, What if you were never given the chance to tell someone how you authentically felt? And you have to sit with that, right? And you have to sit with it day after day after day. Sit with it. That's the alchemy. That's the pain. Missed opportunities, missed connections are more painful than making mistakes. It's just the truth. I've seen that on my journey. There's nothing material in this world, and the more that you sit with it, and that's why if you still haven't grasped that concept, God might put you more into isolation until you see it. You could have this big mansion, okay? There's many things that I've accomplished, and I know what's really of value. You have this big mansion, but all the rooms, you're just sitting there by yourself, right? In this tremendous mansion. But when it's filled up with authentic love, Nikola Tesla spoke about this. The scent of the flower is so much sweeter when you're in that vibration of love. It's a different experience. And a lot of people are feeling this rising up. The emotions are rising up. And the sadness, the pain, the pressure that we feel inside, that is the Heinrich Metamorphosis. That is the butterfly. Sharon, I'm so grateful for the super chat. Thank you so much for the support. We are at the precipice, finally. I'm so grateful for you. Loyalty is royalty. I'm so grateful for you being here since the beginning. You have no idea. I love you. And sometimes we love people. We never met them in our lives. This life is absolutely amazing. I'm very grateful for you. And so when we're at the precipice, Sharon, that's why this is very intense right now. I'm going through it. You might be going through it. And that's the universe checking to see, do you really want, whatever the experience is? Are you sure you want it? And to validate that it's coming from the heart and not the ego. Comes from it. I always use this phrase. It comes from a different place. Comes from the different place. A lot of us, I'm just reading the chat right now. A lot of us are feeling, intensity is at a 10. If you're feeling intensity like never before, let us know. Intensity is at a 10. So if you are feeling it, what I do, again, constant movement. There's a lot of walking barefoot on the sand, going in the ocean. Constantly don't sit. And I get that. So a lot of this world that we're in the quantum now, is a paradox. it will drive you absolutely banana sandwich, okay? Please put a like on this video because this is so important right now. Please hit the like button so people hear this. It is a paradox, as I stated earlier. You're tired and wired at the same time. You're exhausted, but then you can't sit still. It's a paradox. So there's things in life you could love something so much, and it just gets stripped from you. These are paradoxes of the quantum. We are in the quantum now. And that's why your world is collapsing all around you, because your internal frequency shifted, and things that represented the frequency of your past, it can't continue any longer. It can't continue any longer. So I know, Melanie, a lot of people love like never before, and it's time for us to experience that love, the authentic love, not the conditional love, the unconditional love. It comes from a different place. You will know if you're a guy or a gal, and you will feel this, especially at this time. You will know the path by feeling. Yeah. You will know the path by feeling. And you know, right, what is for you and what is not for you. You will know it. You will know it all the time if you listen carefully, if you feel. You have to feel, and that's called clairsentience. Get your clairs up, kid. Get your clairs up, kid. So I'm very grateful for the community support. Comment down below. Are you feeling this very intense moment in our history? Are you gonna, have regret? Are you gonna move forward with your passion? Listen to what's these emotions, okay? As I shared earlier, this is a path that this time period, the path will be revealed. Lisa, very grateful for the super chat. Thank you so much for the support. Love you all. Appreciate you. Hit the hearts in the chat before we get off the air. Hit the hearts in the chat. Very grateful, very grateful. And gratitude is going to help you get through it. Sometimes we need gratitude. But, a couple of experiences this week, but just to watch and no one told me I had to do it, but just to watch the butterfly and just see it, I guess, live out its final day. These are the experiences that we need to have. It does something to us on the inside. Embody love today. Embody love. Go get your love. Go get it today. Because what the heck are we living for? And again, people will try to protect themselves from it. You waste your life. You waste your life. And that's what a lot of us are feeling right now. This fake life, blah, blah, blah. And you feel like the life is being wasted, but when you are the embodiment of this life, of this abundance. So I'm grateful for each and every one of you. We have daily videos, 9 a.m. Eastern time, to help you become the greatest version of yourself. Grateful for all the support, clicking the like, click subscribe if you haven't done so already. So grateful if you click subscribe, and you'll get a notification every single day, 9 o'clock. To become healthy, wealthy, and wise. We're going to be empowered. We're going to start living the life that we actually want to experience. We're going to learn and teach through firsthand experience, real life examples. Don't you love that? Don't you love the real? One of the greatest comments I get all the time is, I'm just here for the realness. I love that comment. We have Facebook. I'm going to share some of what I took of the butterfly when I took it off the beach on Facebook. I love each and every one of you, and grateful for your prayers. And let's make today the day. Let's make today, and we do it on the inside. It's always an inside job. It's always free will decisions. It's always you. It's always you. Because this is your reality. Start creating. Don't just be a leaf in the wind. Start building. Start creating. Start loving again. Right? Start loving again. So I appreciate you all. And who knows what the future holds. But I know it's very intense right now. So please share this video. It's going to help people. And Facebook, TikTok, Patreon, Instagram. Utilize the hashtag OurEverydayLives. It's powerful stuff today. Powerful stuff. So yes, absolutely. Rewatch Soul Star Productions if you missed the beginning. Powerful lessons today. Grateful for all of the community support. Keep going, kid.